So we're now set. Awaiting the light. It starts flashing. They stand well. And we'll catch them here any tick of the clock. There they go. They're racing. St John actually left nicely, but from the outside, Saintly City is the first to actually bounce out of the gates. Jumping away smartly also is Too Glam to Give a Damn. Hunting through, it'll sit on Saintly City. Back on the inside then came Demerit's Pride in third spot from St John. A length and a half Divine Flirt, joined on the inside now by Ultimate Style. And the last trio, Bedrock Bay, Gold Friars, and also the debutante, which is La Zafira. Saintly City crossed and found the fence at the 600 mark. Took them to that point by a length and a half on Too Glam to Give a Damn. A length and a half away now as he tries to sneak away on Saintly City is Demerit's Pride. Then Romilly hard at work on St John, followed by Divine Flirt. Behind those then came Ultimate Style as the leader takes off now. And he had them running into the home straight with 300 to go. Saintly City opened them up, but here comes St John starting to pick up ground. So's Divine Flirt from last. Here's Zafira charging right down the outside. Saintly City off its feet. Zafira ranges up, grabs the lead. This has been a really smart debut by Zafira. Gee, it hit the line hard. It pricked the ears up and it monstered the line. Zafira beat home Divine Flirt, St John and the tiring Saintly City. Gold Friars was next home, followed by Ultimate Style, a gap Bedrock Bay. And then came Too Glam to Give a Damn. And back there last home is Demerit's Pride. Very good wind. Ultra impressive here by the Simon Miller trained filly Zafira. Been really tardy out of the gates in a couple of barrier trials, and so that was the case again this afternoon. But this was a 1200 and Saintly City had the joggers on. It was absolutely flying going into the turn. 1:11.18 they ran, and this has picked them up and put them away in effortless style. 10 Zafira, Patrick Carberry just sat there and had the spinnaker up as she sailed down the middle of the track, beating 6 Divine Flirt, Natasha Faithful, 4 St John, Lachdar Romilly. Saintly City, well, it was gasping over the last 100 after nicking off on the turn, setting up the break, but always was going to be vulnerable at the end of that journey. But really sharp. Zafira by Demerit from True Price for Ms. M. Grace and W. Evans, trained by Simon Miller. Patrick Carberry aboard that winner and has finished home in 35.27, scoring by a length and a half. It was a long neck second and third. Divine Flirt second in by Playing God out of O Flirty. David Harrison prepares for he and Jenny Harrison. Ron O'Malley, Gerald Bryan, Keith Carroll Holly, Lex Shirley Piper, Graham Egan Donovan, O Kitty as well as M.D. Lena. And Natasha Faithful in the saddle. And third is St John by Rich Enough from Miss Kitwee, Dion Luciani and Lachdar Romilly. The next event, race number 3, the All Flag Signs and Banners Handicap over the 1,000 at 224. Clint Johnston Porter rides number 1, Schoolhouse Rock, and Lachdar Romilly on 8 Choice Bid. Kel Kinnamont represents the yard here this afternoon, and that was a bit like shelling peas. It was so easy for that filly over the final stages, Scotty.
Certainly was, Darren. I think the word that we normally would use would be auspicious. Kelly Kinnamont joins us down here in the yard. 10, 6, 4 and 2. Kel, we probably all saw the same thing at the trials. There was a motor under there, but there was still a fair bit to learn.
Yeah, definitely. I think she progressed the right way from her 2 trials and even to the races today. Her manners have been fantastic. I'd like to thank Joey Byrne for sending her up to us and some lovely owners. So she's a beauty.
And the owners are bringing a new set of colours to Simon Miller Racing as well.
Yes, very lucky, aren't they? I believe they're football colours. I don't know.
What can you tell us about this filly? Because from what we've just seen there, she's got a fair future.
Yeah, she's definitely got a motor. I think her attitude is everything. She's a beautiful, big, well-conformed filly, and hopefully she goes on with it.
Watching Paddy out of the gates today, it was basically a case of make sure that she jumped at least with them on level terms.
Yeah, he didn't panic, as a typical Pat, and just, pulled her to the outside and let down. So it'll be interesting to see what distance she'll be good over.
And what about Market Strike later on, making it 3 from 3 today?
Yeah, we hope so. I think he'll give Holly a good ride, a short price, but anyway.
Congratulations, well done.
Thanks, Scott.
There's Kelly Kinnamont, 10, 6, 4 and 2. The filly on debut, Zephyra. She was very, very impressive there, or Zafira, however we're going to go with here. But under Paddy Carberry, what we can say for certain is that she was impressive. Once she balanced up for home, she had those two on her inside, Divine Flirt and St John, who both looked to have their fair share of ability covered with ease. As the leader started to tire late in St Lee City, she was way too quick for them. And she's won by a length and a half there, Michael, in 1:11.18. The rail out 12 metres. We're never going to see any flash times to the naked raw clock, but certainly we can expect, I think, this filly to go places.
You'd expect that off what we saw just then, Scott. She won with a little bit more in hand. That was super impressive. It was interesting, her first ever trial. She was beaten 8 lengths, but it was a super trial. She was almost eye-catching the way she got home late, and then she hit the line really strongly that second trial as well, but was still beaten 3 3/4 lengths. But today, 1,200 metres as opposed to the 1,000 metres at those barrier trials, she really came into her own there, and be interesting to grab jockey Pat Carberry's thoughts as well. He was aboard this filly in the most recent trial. Natasha Faithful trialling her in her trial debut. Pat might just weigh in first, then we'll grab him for a quick word.
Paddy Carberry's got above the peg later on. He's also picked up the favourite in the last in Rolled Gold, and he's got Rock on Tommy there, the old boy, as well. So a couple more rides today for Paddy as he brings that set of silks that I've never seen salute before, but it's certainly a nice one. Got the whale or the shark on there, however you will, and comes back a winner.
Fishing man, you, Scott, that's certainly got you excited. Pat, you're aboard this filly in the most recent trial, beaten 3 3/4 lengths, but she hit the line really strongly in both of her trial appearances.
Yeah, both her trials have been good. She's still learning her trade. She has got a really good nature, and you know, that stood her in good stead today. She got a little bit excited and a little bit sweaty, but it is quite warm with the sun on them. But yeah, she handled her first start of the race as well. She's jumping better every time. You know, obviously from drawing out a little, she was never going to be sort of right on top of them, and I could have probably been a bit closer up on the fence in traffic, but just thought it was probably best for her to be where I had her, and I was able to make my move when I needed to. Just with the thought that the leader was possibly going to skip away, and it did, but she actually balanced up well in the straight and let down really well, and she ended up winning with quite a bit of ease, I thought.
Yeah, length and a half in the end. She really let down strongly. When you're straight for home, considering the margin that you're spotting the leader who kicked, did you think you'd be able to reel them in quite like that?
I was pretty confident in her ability. She's shown a lot at home. Tony's done a lot of work on her, and he's liked her from the start. And the few times that I've worked her, and I worked her on Saturday morning on the course proper here, and she worked really well. So if she handled herself well pre-race, I was always pretty confident, and yeah, she really lengthened stride, and I thought she covered them nicely.
Well, you've got a good strike rate in those colours now. Well done.
Good to christen them the right way anyway.
Carberry and Kelly Kinnamont and all the connections here with number 10, Zafira, on debut. We'll hear a fair bit more about that filly in the coming weeks because that was impressive. The numbers here in race number 2, 10, 6, 4 and 2.